Good afternoon, Abbotsford residents. I'm Mr. Pelican. I'm running for your Commander-in-Chief to give you your city back, your voice back, and also to remove the Abbotsford Police and get great police officers in here at the RCMP. Friendship, buddy pals, took over the Abbotsford Police for an elite ring to own real estate, threaten residents, and gouge taxpayers. It was a group of people. When Darren Braun showed that to Abbotsford residents, I took it to the best. I stand on the world stage thanks to the Mission RCMP men and women that are there for the law and for every resident. When Henry Braun tried to end my life, Henry Braun used the Abbotsford Police to escape the charges, his friends that he controlled through the media and everywhere else. Henry Braun went in the city to set up the business plan for him and his friends, and that was clear with Ron Funka Diverse. Henry had Mike DeYoung and Ed Fast helping him. When Darren Braun showed that, the RCMP knew that these two, MLA and MP, were in deeper than they ever thought. Henry used the Abbotsford Police to threaten, and Mike DeYoung and Ed Fast would tell him who came in their office to complain. He thought he had a perfect plan. That's why I know. In the RCMP, they don't have friends. That's why they helped Abbotsford residents, and we owe them a tremendous amount. This incapable police department here in Abbotsford is just a god-awful shit show, and it needs to be called out by everyone. Darren Braun went into the city to be the economic development officer for his dad. He stood in front of Ross Siemens on conflict of interest to help his dad get jobs while his dad stood off. His son was doing all the dirty work, begging. Ross Siemens helped on that. When Henry knew there was a chance that everything could go down the drain in the mayor election, he knew he had to help Ross get loaded. He used Vicky Hopes. He used Greg Toes of the Chamber of Commerce, Gabriel, electoral officer everywhere. It was all laid out. Nice and clear plan, thanks to the RCMP, of Henry's ownership of Abbotsford. Today, Henry Braun's son had left the city of Abbotsford, and he started a company called Blue Sky. In development, I told you, when I started, way back when, I learned under Peter Wolf, Wall Financial, Aquilini, Mike Dakota. Mike Dakota taught me so much. Avani, so much. I want to show you something. Blue Sky, Henry's friends, that now the city, Ross Siemens, owes Darren Braun, so does Dave Lowens, Henry's lackey. The only one that's going to call him out, like Mo Gale used to say, where there was smoke, there was fire. This is what Mo Gale was going after. There's a development sign right there under them trees. It's by Blue Sky. It's 6 units, changing the zoning 6 units. A development sign is supposed to be front and center by developments so the neighbors can complain. When you go in now and say, well, I never saw this, they'll say, well, the sign's been up 2 years. The city of Abbotsford did not make Darren Braun take it down, resubmit, and tell him you're not allowed to hide it. Blue Sky's been doing everything. When Darren Braun was an economic development officer, he led the job down for the bus terminal that damaged our homes. He had a responsibility being the city leading man for that, and he failed to come out. He didn't know which way to go. He ran and hid. Darren Braun set himself a lucrative business in Abbotsford using the city contacts, and he should have never been allowed to do that. But in Vicky Hopes' newspaper, she couldn't do it. When Henry Braun said to Tyler Olson, when Rick Rates and all them were back here, he said, you write one thing about me, I'll put you on your belly. I means I'll pull the city advertising bankrupt you. What should be on the front of the newspaper, never mind Rob San Diego's food banks, is former mayor's son leaves the city of Abbotsford as economic development officer and now has all the gifts. The question is to the investigators in forensic audits is, does Henry own into these? Why is Darren Braun set up in here? Darren Braun's job in the city when he left should never been allowed to operate this kind of business in Abbotsford. Guarantee you the Abbotsford residents, just like the Cooper's Farm, will not have say, and Darren Braun's project's going to be passed. Kelly Shahal, Dave Lowens, you could see him, Dave Sidhu, you could see the group. Patricia Dreesen. Patricia Dreesen said on Facebook in a comment, I'm holding the other councils accountable. This is Patricia Dreesen, the newest council. Well, if you are Patricia Dreesen, I'm running for Commander-in-Chief. Why are you not calling that out against Ross Siemens, Dave Sidhu, and Dave Lowens? That there will show that you're holding the other councils accountable. And why are you not coming here to to Pine Street when these residents are telling you that this is beyond mousy game. This is why Henry used the Abbotsford Police. I knew he was going after the real estate deals and setting them up. Darren Braun went into that city to fill his pockets and help his dad and then do all this. As a developer, I'm going to tell you the city rules are clear. You must put the sign in clear sights on all 4 pieces of the property so the residents can see it and vote. You can't hide it under trees. Remember, Darren Braun was the one that told on the Abbotsford newspaper zoning changed and what Rob Funk was doing. Now, the people in behind that got caught by Darren Braun are telling on Darren Braun. Rob Funk's team of Diverse have took me around town and showed me all Darren Braun's signs and said, why ain't you calling him out, Mr. Pelican? I said, show them to me, and I'll stand on the stage. So to Patricia Dreesen, if you're going to stand on Facebook and say that you're going toe-to-toe about calling the councils out, you ask why the punk Darren Braun, the economic blue officer, his company, Blue Sky, is getting all these jobs, hiding them signs and getting special pass. I'm live, ladies and gentlemen, Pine Street, Abbotsford, British Columbia.